Let's make the cutest little watermelon and crow kit. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to paint the little rind, and I'm using this tropical foliage color by Apple Barrel. I get them at Walmart, and I thought this was just the perfect color for the rind. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that, dry it good, and then I went ahead and gave it a second coat, made sure it was nice and dry. While I had that green out, I went ahead and did the flower stem here of the sunflower. And again, I painted that and gave it 2 coats. Always make sure to dry really good in between. And for this one, you're going to want to make sure you get the sides really good as well. So I'm going to dry that quick. Now we're going to come in with some marsh green. And I'm just going to use my paintbrush and draw little lines around the rind so it starts to look like a watermelon. Let's make sure that is good and dry. And then I'm going to come in with some King's Gold. This is my absolute favorite yellow. I use it a lot. The only thing I will say, it's a little more of a watery color. So you do need 2, sometimes 3 coats of the King's Gold. But it's such a pretty yellow. So again, make sure you get the sides good. I gave each of my sunflowers 2 coats. And I dried really good in between each coat. And then while I have the yellow out, we're going to go ahead and do the little beak of our crow. And again, with 2 coats and drying in between. So now we're going to do the base. And I'm just using Waverly Antique Wax for this. And I just brushed it on and dried it real good. And I'm going to do the same thing for the center of the sunflower. So you'll have this one little circle and then a little half circle. You'll want to do both of those with the Waverly Antique Wax or whatever color you choose. Next, I'm going to come in with some Flamenco Red, and that's what we're going to use for the watermelon. And if you guys have been around long enough, you know that Flamenco Red is my absolute favorite red. I use it all the time. So we're just going to paint the watermelon, and you can go into the rind a little bit because we're going to put that other piece on top. So you don't have to be too precise down at the bottom. So now we're going to come in with our black, and I'm using black chalk paint for this. Acrylic paint will work fine too. I just had it sitting there, so that's what I chose to use. But a lot of times with the chalk paints, you only need 1 coat of those. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the top of the crow, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint the head of the crow. And there's little engravings that will separate the beak from the head, so it's easy to paint. Once it's dry, then I'm going to come in, and I sped this up kind of fast because there was a lot of sanding. So once everything was nice and dry, I came in with my sandpaper, which we will include in the kit, a piece of sandpaper for you. And I put it on my sanding block and just scuffed everything up. Now the sanding block's not included. You can get those at Walmart or Lowe's. So then I began to glue the centers down of the sunflowers. And I came back over to my watermelon and added some little seeds. And I'm just using this little dotting tool. It's actually called an embossing tool. I don't know what that is. What is embossing? Can someone tell me? I'm not sure, but I saw this tool and I thought it was perfect for my little dots. And we're going to go ahead and glue the rind down. Look how cute that's looking. That's looking so cute. And then our sunflower, glue that in place, and the little head to our crow. And the other sunflower. Now this will stand on its own like this if you don't want the base, but we've included it, and you can go ahead and glue that on as well. But I thought that the sunflower needed a little bow, so I'm going to add a little piece of raffia to this. Now this isn't included. We just include the wood pieces for you. And then we're going to go ahead and take some Stick Fast and glue it right to the bottom of the base. And then I realized I forgot to put the eyes on the crow. So I went back and used my dotting tool to add them, and that turned out so cute. Let me know what you guys think. I will leave all the details below in the comments.